Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel, and for today we have the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack review. Set 75372 comes with 215 pieces and retails for $30. So taking a look at everything that we get here for $30, it is quite a lot. We have 5 builds and 9 minifigures, as you can see on the box. 4 of them are going to be Clone Troopers, with one of them being the new Shock Trooper, and the rest are going to be the new Battle Droids. Well, actually only 3 of them are new, the B2 Super Battle Droids with improved molds, and the rest are going to be the regular B1 Battle Droids that we all know. So there's a lot to unpack here, so we're going to go ahead and start with the minifigures. So right before we go into the minifigures, I would just like to go over the box very briefly. It looks very nice in my opinion, and looks to be set somewhere on Christophsis. I'll throw up a picture just so you guys can see what that is. And yeah, we have everything that comes in the box in action, and it looks very nice on this side. And of course we have the 9 minifigures at the bottom right here. And as we turn it over to the back, we have everything in different positions and the features that come with the set. And here we have all 9 minifigures, and to tell you the truth, this was actually quite a lot to fit in frame. They had to be really squished in there because there's so many, but we're going to start with the clones and work our way down to the battle droids. So first off, we have the Shock Trooper that comes with his pistol and binoculars. And taking a look at the front profile, we can see that the helmet first off is designed very nicely with those red markings up top and all around the helmet. And then moving down to the torso, we can see it's basically like any other clone except with nice red accents to give it that Shock Trooper look. And then moving it over to the side, we can see that we actually do have the helmet holes that I think everyone is kind of getting used to by now. And yeah, there's not really too much else going on there. But then moving over to the back, we can see that we have almost identically the print that the regular clones have, except with the red pouches on the bottom to go along with that Coruscant Guard color scheme. And then moving on to the regular clone troopers, we can see that they are all identical except they come with different accessories, so there is no need for these two. So focusing on this one clone trooper, we can see that everything is pretty much identical to the Shock Trooper, except it does not have the red accents, and it's even identical down to the feet printing, which I think is a very nice detail. And then looking to its side, we can see that there's not much going on there, except it does have the helmet holes just like every other clone in this set. Then moving to his back, we can see that it is also identical, except no red accents on the bottom, but very nice detailing nonetheless. Moving on to the battle droids, there's not really too much going on here. It's the same old molds that we've been getting forever, except for this one, which has an added clip on the back for his gun, since he's going to be on the stap. As well as there are 2 different types of arms here. He has the ones which can hold the guns, and he has the ones which hold on to the stap. And what I like about these is how you can interchange them. But overall, there's not too much that needs to be said about these, so we can just move on to the Super Battle Droids. And lastly, some highly requested minifigures that LEGO has finally decided to give us, the B2 Super Battle Droids. So these are very exciting to have back, and they have a slightly improved mold, and the clips actually look a bit stronger, since on the last B2 Super Battle Droids, the clips seem to break a lot. But overall, these are pretty similar minifigures when compared to the old B2 Super Battle Droids, except with just minor mold changes. For instance, on the arms, I'm not sure if this was on the previous one, but you can see a bit more of the arm cannons on there. And then when you move it over to the front again, you can see that there is that little dot to signify the red light that would be on their chest. And looking to the back, there's not really too much to be excited about, with the back being hollowed out just like the previous B2 Super Battle Droids, and I think it has a different design as to the mold on the back, but other than that, this is a very nicely made figure, but very similar as well. And finally, we get to go over the 5 builds if you include the storage box. And these actually came with 2 separate instructions. So the front builds were in one instruction booklet, and the back one, the Tri-Spider Droid, was in the second instruction booklet. I believe these 2 were bag 1 and 2, and that was bag 3. First and foremost, we are going to be going over the speeder in which the clones ride around on. And for a speeder, I feel like it looks kind of half done and not that great. But then when we factor in the rest of the things that come in this set, I think it is just fine. Another thing is, it is very nicely built. You can flick things, it's not gonna fly off. Everything is stuck on there pretty nicely. If you drop it, there's not gonna be a lot that falls off. And I think it's nice how you can fit 2 people. So here is the speeder fully loaded up with both clones, one up here driving it, and I guess in the back this is supposed to be some type of turret or maybe a holder for the guns. But the way I interpret it is a turret to be shot from behind. I feel like if they just added a few more bricks and made it a bit more detailed, this could have looked a lot better, but overall it's not a bad part of the set. Next up is going to be this box, which I don't really count that much as a build, but I guess you can if you really wanted to. It has 2 thermal grenades in there. You can see that they're stacked on top of each other. And that's pretty much it to the box. There's not really too much else going on there, but I think is a nice little addition to the battlefield. Then next up is going to be this Barricade with a stud shooter on top as the turret, which I think was a very nice detail considering that a lot of kids are going to actually want to play with this. So that was a very nice detail on LEGO's part. But overall, I think this is a very nice part of the set that was very well thought out. And there's not really too much to go over here except the way that it looks and the way it was built, and of course the stud shooter on top. But with that said, let's go over the stab, which I think needs a battle droid on it. And here we have it, and honestly after so many years of not having a stab in a set, I am very excited that we get one that looks this good and with this nice of a color scheme, being that dark gray and dark blue color scheme matching the Tri-Spider droid back there. And another thing I like about this stab is going to be the clear stand. I'm pretty sure that the last stab had that, but I am very glad that they kept the consistency all the way through. If you're an adult and you don't want to play with this and you just want to display it, it A, has no stud shooters, which I think makes it look so much better, and B, it can just stand there with the built-in stand and look like it is flying. And now finally moving on to the main attraction of this set in terms of the builds, it is going to be the new and improved Tri-Spider droid. Taking a look at this spider droid, it looks so nice and so improved when compared to the last one. Firstly, I would just like to note how there is actual cannons up here instead of flick fire missiles, even though it does have those, but those are going to be in the hinges of the legs, and you don't even have to have those in there. You could actually remove them and just display them without the flick fire missiles if you like that better. And why I like this change so much is because if you're a collector who just likes to display your Legos, then you could easily pop those missiles out, and on display it would look so much better without them. In terms of height, it is about the same size as the other one, but in terms of width and the legs, this one is definitely bigger. As you can see, the legs now have 3 parts instead of 2 with the previous one. And another big change to this is going to be that color scheme, with it being that nice gray and blue, which I think goes very well in the set. The legs, you could see that it is the same hinge design but for all 3 parts, which I think was a very nice addition, as well as the feet are a lot more beefier now so that it could stand up straight and not fall over if someone taps it like that. And yeah, I'd have to say that the biggest improvement is going to be in the legs and in the feet because, well, they just look a lot nicer now with all that detailing on the legs. And on top of that, they are a lot more sturdier with that thicker base. And that just about wraps up this review. So my final thought on this set is that it is 100% worth it, especially when you factor in those very desirable minifigures. And if you guys can get one of these, I would say definitely go ahead and buy it. You will not be disappointed. And that's all we have for you guys today, so if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel, as well as leave any thoughts or comments you may have down below and check out our Instagram. But with that said, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all later.